Blackrock and Fidelity and ARK and all the ETFs are leaving a lot of investors speechless. They just had another massive day. They're hitting all-time highs in terms of assets under management. This coming after almost $1 billion worth of inflows yesterday. Some massive price targets are coming out. Let's cover what's happening in the market right now. If you're bullish, there is a link to Margex underneath the video, and I'll leave a link that will bring you to a big airdrop. So when you go to that link, if you're already signed in, if you already have an account, you'll just hit participate. And if you're not, you can sign up and start trading cryptocurrency. You can get up to $5,000 worth of Book of Meme, which is a big meme coin. The airdrop lasts for a little while here. You'll definitely want to be in on this airdrop because it's going to give you a bunch of free money. Now, Bitcoin is Bitcoining. It's up to 71,000. You can see just a tiny little red candle for the day after it moved up. A couple days ago, it was at 67. Then we went all the way up to 70, then up to 71. Then today, up to 72, just about 72. Now coming down just slightly, but we have massive inflows for the Bitcoin ETFs. Okay, 6.5. Let's take a look. We had a good trading day in terms of volume. IBIT with 1.25 billion. GBTC had a positive day, 15 million. We knew right off the bat it's probably going to be an inflow day. 99% certainty that if GBTC has an inflow day, that everyone is going to have an inflow day, or most ETFs are going to have an inflow day. BITB had 18.5 million. IBIT, super strong at 156 million. ARKB with 71 million. HODL with 4 million. Fidelity with 221 million of inflows. So far, we have $490 million with one ETF still to report. Keep in mind, this is just the US ETFs. Keep in mind, too, this throws off what I said a few days ago and what I've been saying for months, which is it seems like IBIT and Fidelity always have good days on opposite days. For some reason, that was a trend that continued where IBIT would have zero volume and Fidelity would have 50 million for the day, or vice versa. But now we're seeing kind of this massive amount of demand coming from multiple ETFs. I mean, you can make a case that GBTC with $15 million of inflow is the most impressive out of these because this is by far the worst ETF. They have the highest fees by a factor of 5, and yet they have an inflow. So that's really impressive. You could make a case for IBIT with 156 million, that being super impressive. ARKB being super impressive with 71 million, and Fidelity being super impressive with 221. It's like a who's of who is getting the inflows here. So they're blowing everyone away. And some people will say, well, why isn't Bitcoin moving? Keep in mind, they're always sellers, so there's going to be someone that's selling. It's just a question of what price they're willing to sell at, or who is selling, right? Is it an exchange? Is it a miner? Is it an individual, right? How do they set their pricing? But also keep in mind, for anyone that thinks that things are boring, we're up 161% in the last year. If you look from year to date, we're up 61%. But again, 161% from the last year, 27,000 to 71,000. That's very impressive. Okay, so just keep in mind that sometimes, you do have to wait a little while because good things, come to those who wait. We have not had to wait very long to see very impressive gains recently, but, a couple months of sideways action can be actually pretty nice. And wow, the world is changing. I think we know that. You see Bitcoin's price, you see everything that's happening in the world, and you realize that things are not what they used to be. Another thing that is not what it used to be is Nvidia. Okay, Nvidia hit a $3 trillion market cap. We'll only spend a second on this, but $3 trillion, it's up 1% after hours, so 3.04 trillion dollars, sorry, not billion, not million, but $1 trillion. Apple at 3 trillion. So Nvidia is now the second largest company in the world, exploding. I mean, the 52-week high is now 12,224. Take a look at a year ago. This was sitting at $384. It's up 216%. So Bitcoin almost as impressive as Nvidia over the last year. Pretty cool. Now, Bitcoin's annual returns right on target. If you look here, we usually have a good year to start off the cycle, a good year, second year, a great year, third year, and then we have a down year. Okay, so take a look at this: 1,300%, 217, 55, then minus 58. Okay, 34, 123, 1,400, 94, 308, 57, 64. So even if we only hit 100% for this year, right? 100% up from 73%. I'm not saying that that's a minimal amount, but the lowest that we've seen in the second cycle years, 123% back in 2016. So if we see 100%, right, instead of 73, where does that take us? That takes us all the way up to $88,300. Okay, that's significant. That's a significant jump. And that's just by the end of the year. Okay. Then we have another good year expected after that. So if you are not on the train, I would get on this train. I would find a ticket. I'd board the train. And of course, I dollar cost average in, make sure that you know what you're buying. And I don't even really care if you buy. It's up to you. I don't care. When people ask me in real life, I say, I think it will do well, but do your research, like figure out your own opinions, put in the time, put in the 100 hours, 1,000 hours. Now, most people won't do it. Most people won't do it until their financial advisor tells them, or until it's too late, until it's a blue chip, until Bitcoin's the price of gold or close to it. But you probably will have some. You'll probably have some before then. 10,000 Bitcoin taken off exchanges today, and only 450 mined. A lot of this too is being held. Right? The miners that can hold are holding. They're holding out because they know Bitcoin's probably going to appreciate significantly. They will sell most likely during the bull run. The miners will sell because they have to gear up for the next bear market. They have to consolidate, swallow up more miners, right? And then Bitcoin's price will continue to appreciate. The inefficient miners will go belly up, but the good miners will continue to build, to issue more shares, to get more Bitcoin, and so on. Okay? A lot of people are excited not just about Bitcoin, but Ethereum. And we'll come back to Bitcoin price prediction here in a second. But VanEck just said their 2030 ETH price target is going to be raised to 22K, influenced by Ether ETF news, scaling process, and our read of on-chain data. They've also analyzed how ETH and Bitcoin perform in both traditional and crypto-only portfolios for optimal returns. We've seen a lot of reports in the past, and basically when you break down the numbers, all of them come out to the thinking that you should have a significant amount of Bitcoin and crypto in your portfolio. Okay? Now, of course, this is subject to risk and are not suitable for all investors, but I think a lot of people would be happy with 22,000. That's only a 5.5x from here over the next 6 years. I say only. I realize in traditional finance, it's a really good return. In crypto, that's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not a crazy return. Robert Kiyosaki, who is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, a very famous finance book, says Bitcoin will be 350K by August 25th, 2024. It's not a lie. It's a prediction. It's speculation. It's an opinion, but it's not a lie. Okay? He said it's sucker's bait, but it's not a lie because any prediction about the future is not a lie. I want 350K Bitcoin to be a fact, and I want it to be true, but it is only a prediction. I am confident Bitcoin will hit 350K sometime in 2024, but it's only a target, a dream, and a wish. I keep buying more Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana because he's quite certain their prices will continue to rise. Why am I so confident? Is it because I'm certain about Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana? My answer is no. What I am confident of is the incompetence of our leaders, President Biden, Treasury Secretary Yellen, Fed Jerome Powell. Those three are the three stooges in real life, and I am certain, I am very confident about their incompetence. Take care, buy more gold, silver, Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum. Protect yourself from the three stooges. Okay. He thinks we're going to 350K. That is a 5x from here. That's very significant. I'm not quite that bullish. Maybe it's because I like to temper my expectations a bit, but I'd be happy with that. I have my moon bags packed. I will see you there, Robert. I will see you there on the moon. I'm happy with that being the case if that's what happens this year. But I agree with what he says here. I don't know that crypto will be around in 10 years. It's impossible to know. Some of the smartest people in Bitcoin that have the most money in Bitcoin say the same thing. Michael Saylor would say the same thing. But what we do know is Bitcoin's probably going to continue to gain adoption, continue to have people interested in it, and not because it is the be-all, end-all, not because it's the best thing that we can ever create or that's bulletproof, but because of incompetence, because of greed, because Bitcoin is the opposite of that. It's fair. It's open source. It allows people of any gender, any race, any location to be able to get their hands on something that can't be changed by greedy leaders. Now, the Van Eck bull case is actually higher than that $22,000 too. I just saw this. Bull is 154K. The bear is 360. So quite the range there. But yeah, a bull case scenario of 154K, it's pretty good. And like Robert says, a lot of this is due to incompetence. Now, if you don't like some of these stooges, if you don't like Joe Biden, for example, there is a meme coin that I have bought some of. It's called FJB. It's on Solana. I'll leave a link to this underneath the video in case you want to check it out. It's a newer meme coin. They're growing. They're around like $2.5 million in market cap last time I checked, and they are growing pretty fast. They're over on Solana, as I said. And yeah, of course it's risky, but something like this could definitely catch on in an election year. I bought a Solana worth just as a bit of a moon bag, and maybe I'll be buying some more. Now, I do want to give a little shout out here. Leica AI, this is something that I am investing into. It's launching tomorrow. Be on the lookout for this. You can go follow them on Twitter if you're interested. Now, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap because I saw some coins were pumping here today. Over the last 24 hours, Stacks is up 8.4%, Pith up 7.6%. Remember when Pith was small? Mantle 7.16%, Sui 5%. So some meme coins, some actual coins with utility also are moving up here today. If we look at the 7 days, there are some insane gainers as well. Notcoin up 108%, Jasmy up 52%, Ordi up 40%, Caspa up 30%. I saw a couple people asking for a Caspa video. Maybe I'll make that. I've made them before, to be clear. I have talked about Caspa on the channel before. And if you didn't know, you can trade Caspa over on Margex. I think they were one of the first leverage exchanges, probably the first leverage exchange that allowed you to start doing that, to start trading Caspa. And you can use all different forms of collateral. You can use Caspa, or you can use Bitcoin, you can use USDT. So you can trade that Caspa chart with different underlying collaterals. And you don't need to KYC. You can do this from anywhere, just check their terms and conditions. Now, thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts about these Bitcoin ETFs. I really do think they're blowing away everyone's expectations. When you just look at any other ETF that has launched, nothing has been this successful. Nothing's been close to this successful. The IBIT ETF hit 20 billion in AUM in right around 140 days. Before that, the record was 930 something days. So IBIT, FBTC, all these ETFs are blowing everyone out of the water, and I think they're surprising a lot of people. Keep in mind, I would like to see a breakout. Obviously, I would like to see that, but from a technical standpoint, we're looking good, but I would love to see a breakout above this trend line that we've hit several times. 72,000, or better yet, 73,000 would be great, and then I think we're blasting off. Let me know your thoughts, though. Again, if you want to set up some positions, there's a link to Margex underneath the video. There's also a link to CoinW as well. They're doing a deposit bonus where you can trade cryptocurrencies, spot and on futures, but they're giving a deposit bonus too. So depending on how much you deposit, you can get a deposit bonus that can be used for trading, and then you can withdraw the profits. So check that out underneath the video. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.